Hi everyone, in today's video, I'll decode the much-deserved hype around ONDC, which stands for Open Network for Digital Commerce, and what that means to you and how it'll impact us as consumers. So from an investing perspective, you can broaden your circle of competence around the changing landscape of e-commerce in India. And ONDC is already live in 230 cities. And nearly 30,000 sellers are already using this platform. So the language can be quite technical. I'll do my best to keep it simple and explain what it means and the impact it'll have in the Indian economy from an e-commerce perspective. So ONDC, or Open Network for Digital Commerce, is a project initiated by the Government of India, which is a network that will seamlessly integrate data exchanges between different e-commerce platforms, logistic providers, and other key stakeholders in the e-commerce ecosystem. So in simple language, what this means is that ONDC is a network which will enable different online shopping websites and services to work together more easily, to talk to each other more easily. So let me illustrate this with an example. So ONDC, or Open Network for Digital Commerce, is again a project initiated by the Government of India. And what it does is it facilitates seamless interactions between various stakeholders in the e-commerce ecosystem. So websites, apps, logistics providers, all of them are more easily able to talk to each other. So what does that mean for us as consumers? It just means that we have a seamless checkout experience. Let's say you want to buy a phone. Unless you're using something like Amazon, you're constrained by the products that Amazon has listed or other sellers have listed on Amazon. But let's say you want to compare phones on Amazon.in or another local business that has phones that they're selling. Let's say Reliance Digital, which is a larger business. Let's say they have the same phones listed on their website, but the prices are different. So you as a consumer, what you need to do is open up Amazon.in, look at all the phones, the prices, product details, etc. You need to open another tab that has Reliance Digital or any other brand that has an online website where you can buy phones. And you have to keep tabs on each different service provider of phones to figure out what's your best option. Now, what if there is a way to seamlessly do all of that for you so that you have a single checkout experience? And that's what ONDC will enable, is this seamless buying experience as a consumer. And what's currently happening is that each of these websites, whether it's Amazon or another seller, they have their own infrastructure on the back end. But with ONDC, they can easily plug in, and all of them will have similar systems on the back end. So it's very technical. And if you want to know the technical details of how this works, I'll post a link on the video that ONDC, the initiative, the Government of India initiative, that they've put together to explain the technicality of how this works on the back end. But more importantly, for my interest and perhaps your interest as an investor, we need to figure out how this will disrupt the e-commerce industry in India. And so I'll talk about that. This is massive in terms of the disruption that this will create in India when it comes to businesses transitioning to online. So currently, despite COVID accelerating online shopping in India, e-commerce only accounts for 4.3% of market share in the retail business. So the number is smaller, even more so in rural India. When you compare this percentage, 4.3% of e-commerce penetration, India is at the bottom, right? There are other countries are far ahead in terms of consumers using online websites or businesses online to shop for products and services. So with ONDC, what's going to happen is the democratization of e-commerce business in India. Now that's a big word. It simply means that anyone has access to the same marketplace of being online. You don't have to be a big player to be able to sell online. You can be a small player and still enter the online marketplace and compete with the likes of Amazon, with the likes of Reliance Digital. It just means that if you are a small business, if you are a large business, if you're a medium-sized business, particularly small businesses, you have the same access to the marketplace like the rest of the players. You don't need to be a big brand to be able to do business online in India. This will be a game changer. And let me talk about how different stakeholders will be impacted by this. So one is, I've already touched on this, consumers. Consumers will have a seamless shopping experience, and they no longer will have to juggle between various websites to buy their products. The system will just enable a seamless checkout experience. Then sellers will get equal opportunities to compete with large market players and become discoverable online. So imagine somebody up in North India, up in the mountains, has a craft business. They will much more easily be able to sell their products online because of ONDC. Tech companies, small tech companies, will be able to connect to the ONDC network and drive rapid adoption of products and services. People who didn't consume certain types of services and products will now be able to do so because it's much easier with ONDC. And finally, fintech companies. Fintech companies will be able to offer loans and credit much more easily to buyers and consumers, facilitating further economic growth. So what ONDC does in a nutshell, the one key word, if there's anything you're taking away from this video, is inclusivity, right? So ONDC will create an inclusive environment for all kinds of businesses, big, small, medium, to do e-commerce business in India. I think ONDC has the potential to be bigger than Aadhaar or even UPI in this coming decade. And so I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos on all things investing, all things change in India, and anything else that I learn. I love sharing what I'm learning. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.